Alright, welcome back to another video of Davian's collection of VHS, DVDs, games, and more. Today we're going to be doing my June 2023 accessories collection. And before we start the video, I'm going to give you an update that I removed Babe Pig in the City 1999 VHS in my collection because it has bad previews. And the bad previews I spotted into the VHS is DreamWorks trailers. It's going to be freaking epic. Now let's get on to the video. First off is my sketchbook that I got for Christmas. Right here. This is what I use to draw stuff in. Next is the 2018 Walmart Game Center book, containing these games right here. If I get a Nintendo Switch, I might do my Nintendo Switch game collection. Next is this book here. It has been a little bit. It is an updated version of the Game Center book. Next is the book that I might get rid of soon, the Go Gaming book, because it has Angry Birds on it. And I do not like Angry Birds, but if you guys like Angry Birds, I respect your opinion. Next is a lightning connector that I'm saving for my future Apple devices. I originally used it for the iPhone 7 Plus. I did have it, but as you guys remembered on Davian's phone collection, that the phone itself stopped working, so moments later I had to destroy it. Next is the SIM cards area, the SIM card box featuring my SIM cards. Last time I showed my accessories collection to you is last year. Next is a small tablet case that comes with a keyboard, good for emulators. It's good for emulators though, but it's hard to control. Next is the working bag, which I'm going to be using on my future eBay phones on Davian's phone collection. Next is the instruction booklet to Grand Theft Auto 3. This one came from my second copy, which I used to have, but I got rid of it in October 2021 because it was having severe issues. Next is a safe link pamphlet. Next is the paperwork right here, the instruction booklet about the LG K31 Rebel. It came with the phone itself. Next is an iPhone 7 Plus case, which came from the iPhone 7 that I used to have. I'm keeping it for the future iPhone 7 Pluses or iPhone 8 Pluses. I might find one at a Target bin. There's one in Columbus, but I can't drive a car yet. Next is an iPhone 10, 10s, and 10R case. I'm saving it just in case I get one from a Target bin. As you may remember that Apple has announced iOS 17, and the iPhone 10, the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and 10 are no longer supported with that. Next is an NES controller. That is one of them. The other one that came with it had problems with the D-pad, so I had to destroy it before. I did not start Davian's collection of VHS, DVDs, games, and more yet, so I did it off camera. I bought the console itself on September 19th, 2020. It's an in-one console. Next is a white 30-pen dock connector that I use for my iPads. Next is a bag full of art supplies plus Pictionary. I got the Pictionary game set in 2020. Here it is. This thing still works totally fine. As you can see here, it flashes green and then red when not pressed. If you hold it, it flashes green. When you unhold it, it flashes red. It flashes red when you not hold it. Plus it comes with cards, some other art supplies, and a calculator I'm going to show you. And that is the Texas Instruments TI-30X2S. This thing still turns on, but it says Dynamics error at the beginning. Bought this from my school, and it still works with anything. I don't know if if you guys want me to include calculators on Davian's phone collection, tell me in the comment section below if I want to show you calculators in my collection on Davian's phone collection. Next is an Apple charging brick that originally came with the iPad. They let me take it home. Cool thing is that you can get this one side out and then you get this side back in. Right here. Mike from Detroit Borg shown you this. Detroit Borg is still not making videos, unfortunately. Here is the 601 game console, the NES. It came with Super Mario Brothers. Right here. Next is another art bag. This time it's filled with pencils. Next is a case for the OnePlus Nord N200 5G. I only had this phone from February to September of 2022. As you may remember on the Michelle Johnson YouTube channel, I did news about the phone. I ran it over with the scooter. Next is the Master Your Device Guide that came with the Pantech Breakout. Next is a giant everyday gold battery. It is untested because I don't have any other electronic to put this battery in. Next is a SafeLink wireless pamphlet. Another pamphlet right here. Next is an Alcatel charging brick, an old style one. Next is just a stand for the case. Next is an Alcatel one-touch battery that came with the Alcatel Popstar. A really old phone, the one I used before I start my YouTube channel. Another everyday gold battery. LG charging brick. A battery. It is a AAA battery. Next is a double micro USB charger. Got an interrupter right here. Next is the charger for the iPod Shuffle 2nd generation. This one here. I no longer have the iPod Shuffle 2nd generation because in October I got rid of it after 1 month after I got it because that device was having issues and was not turning on. Next is a medium Energizer battery, untested. Next is the battery for the Samsung Galaxy S4 that I only had for a day in my collection. I got rid of it the next day because it had a busted AMOLED. Next is the battery that originally came with the 420-in-1 handheld game console. It had Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 3 in it. I destroyed it in November because that device was having severe issues, such as broken battery connector, broken power button, and a defective screen. Next is another AAA battery. Next is a ZTE charging brick, an instruction manual for MVP Baseball 2004. I used to have the game. I used to have the game of it, but I found out that it had this common issue right here with newer PS2 games where the controller cannot be detected. Did not detect controllers, so I had to destroy it. It's going to be a pretty long video, and if it does run out of storage, it's going to be split into parts. Next is the instruction booklet for NBA Live 2003. Next is a card charger, which I will be using for my future card. I've attempted to destroy it a while ago because I didn't even think it worked. But I found out it's untested. Next is a marker right here. Next is an Alcatel charging brick that originally came with the Alcatel Jitterbug Smart 3 that I only had from February to June. That phone had a busted screen. I smashed the crap out of the screen in it, so I had to destroy it, and it was my only drop test on Davian's phone collection to have a deep voice. The deep voice, I've used it on the U-Cut. That's why you guys did not like the deep voice. Next is the case for the Samsung Galaxy J3 Orbit. I had this phone from 2019 to 2022. As you may remember, this phone was bricked, so I had to destroy it. Next is an iPhone 7 case. If I get an iPhone 7 from a Target bin, I might put this in a case right here. Next is a cleaning cloth for the Nintendo 3DS. Next is the quick start guide for the TCL A3, the one I'm recording on. Something long going out right here. There we go. Next is a Samsung proprietary charger. This is the new one I got. If you guys have shown off your accessory collection before, tell me in the comment section below. Next is a DC charger that is for RCA products and some other phones that uses this charging port. Next is yet another Samsung proprietary charging port. I believe the new one I showed you, I got it in 2011. And it is the oldest thing I have. This the new one I showed you came with the Samsung SGH T245G. This one came with the Samsung SGH S125G. This is the one right here. Next is a Pantech Breakout charging brick. The cord that came with it broke in 2022. Nope, it broke in 2023, so I did a bad news video on it. On that. Next is a mini USB. I am saving it for my future phones. Got a lot going on right here. Here's a Tika charging brick. The TCL A3 health and safety information from SafeLink. A SafeLink terms and conditions of service. Next is the LG proprietary charger. Next is a black 30-pin dock connector. As you may notice before that I did the opening to my 1996 VHS of An American Christmas Carol. Here's a new one I'm going to show you. This is the AV cable that came with the AV cable that came with the Toshiba VCR DVD combo. As you remember, I threw it away due to the issues it had right here. Next is yet another AV cable. As of right now, instead of separate audio cables, I'm going to call them AV cables. That's the proper name and correct name for it. It's a 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter audio cable. Next is the charger for the Salvania portable DVD player. I had it from 2021 to 2023. I got rid of it in January because it had several problems, such as a missing screen and a messed up disc reader. Trying to get the next accessories to show you out. There we go. Here's the next AV cable. As of right now, I'm keeping the console because even though I'm missing an accessory. Next is a red marker. Next is a Sega Genesis controller that does fit with my console. I used to have the AtGames Sega Genesis, but I got rid of it because it has a busted game cartridge slot. And next is another Sega Genesis controller. Many of you guys have not been viewing my accessories collection video, so you guys better view them. Last but not least is the charger for the PCs. That's the one that originally came with the Gateway computer. Now I'll ask you to do me with my June 2023 accessories collection. This is Davian's collection of VHS, DVDs, games, and more. Thank you for watching. I hope you like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you again in my next video.